just like in England. It's fantastic. Also, I have a very close relationship with Romania, because I don't know how many of you have friends or relatives that have come to England, but in my town there's more Romanians, I think, your colleagues and your friends, than there are English people now. We have lots of language schools for English, and there's a big Romanian community where I live on the south coast of England. So actually I've spoken, I'm not going to now, but I have tried a bit of Romanian in the shops and where I meet your countrymen and women. So it's nice to be here. Thank you for welcoming me. I hope you have a good today and a good few days. As you've heard, I'm John Bradshaw. I'm from a company, an organisation called IMEX. I don't know if many of you will have heard of this. I was speaking to your president earlier on about whether you will really get involved in the meetings and events industry. So even if you don't, listen. Because out there, in countries around the world, this market segment is being targeted by countries like Romania. And they are making millions and millions of euro from it. So some of you will know the business segment, and if you do, that's fantastic. But if you don't, please listen just for 20 minutes while I give you an outline of about it, what it is. Because it's a segment that really could be a fantastic opportunity for you and for Romania. Why have I been asked to be here? Well, I work for IMEX. IMEX is the largest exhibition of its type in the world. It's quite funny walking through here and seeing the exhibition for the travel industry that you're about to have. We are the largest show for meetings and events in the world. Romania has a large presence there, which is why I was quite surprised that none of you, or maybe some of you have. Anybody have heard of IMEX? Can I ask you that first? Anybody who's been there?
Of course.
Okay. I mean, if you're in the industry for that segment, you know about it. But for some of you, you may not, and I'm aware of that. 28,000 square meters of exhibition space. 150 countries of the world. Please, Joachim. A huge exhibition that takes place in Germany. We work very closely with the GCB and the GNTO. And 12,500 people coming to Frankfurt to buy business travel from the exhibitors, including Romania. It's a business-to-business exhibition, it's a trade exhibition. It's not a consumer one, it's not the public, it's buyers of incentive travel, meetings, conferences and events. I'm not here to promote it, but I think it's important that you understand why I know about this industry. We are in the heart of this industry. We invite 3,500 buyers and we pay for them to come to Frankfurt. We pay their flights, we pay their accommodation. And Romania, and your Romanian colleagues, will meet those people in Frankfurt each year and hopefully do a lot of business. So we know what's happening in the meetings and events market. There's the address, just to understand the market more. If you haven't got an idea of what I'm going to talk about, our website is there. It's not to exhibit, it's really to learn. There's so much more on there. There's research, there's information about the industry, gives you an idea of what this industry is all about. I want to start by being a bit contentious, perhaps. I see in Romania, I see in most countries, not just Romania, people talking about the MICE industry. And I travel to about 25 countries every year, I speak all over the world, and this is becoming less and less common, let me tell you. For those of you that are about to open a department in your companies, work with a convention bureau perhaps, look at this as an opportunity to make money, I would advise against calling it MICE. MICE, if you know in English, is a small little animal. If we are trying to lobby Parliament, I met the Prime Minister of Slovenia about 5 or 6 weeks ago. I was talking to him about the industry, and I said, "Have you heard of MICE?" He said, "I've never heard of it." Why not? Well, of course he wouldn't have heard of MICE. If you'd said meetings and events, he would have heard of it. So I'll refer to MICE to speak your language, but I don't think it's the way forward. If you go to America, the fourth one down, MC and IT, most Americans will call it that. If you refer to MICE, they may understand, but they may not. They're meeting, conferences and incentive travel. Meetings and incentive travel is M&IT. Conference and incentive travel, corporate travel, incentive travel. What are we talking about? Well, I prefer the fifth one down, meetings and events. It's easy to understand. If we're trying to promote this industry to politicians, to people around the world, to get the recognition it needs, we need to speak the language that not of small animals, but of understood language. So I just warn you or advise you that MICE is becoming less common, maybe not, but less beneficial, yes. So let me just summarise in my language what I mean about this. Meetings. These can be of various sizes. A company getting the staff together to talk about the new product they're launching.